Are you going away with no word of farewell? Hey, Michael Daves here, and we're going through Doc Watson's version of The Last Thing on My Mind. And today I want to look at some elements of breathing and look how the breath can support the delivery of the song, and also how the breath can support the sound you're making. So on the first point, the rule of thumb is that whenever possible, you want to get through a line of the song, a line of text on one breath, and then breathe in between the lines. So instead of, are you going away with no word of farewell? Try to make it, are you going away with no word of farewell? And then breathe. Because the breath has a way of tying together the lyrical entity of that line with the melodic entity of the song, and it kind of helps it come out as one complete thought. A lot of times we breathe, or you think you need to breathe before you actually need to breathe. So that's one element, is just training yourself out of the panic response of like, oh gosh, I'm going to run out of breath. And you can do some exercises to extend the breath and get more comfortable with that. But also you can look at the efficiency of the air, because if you're a particularly breathy singer, like, are you going away? Like there, I just let a lot of air leak by the vocal folds as I was singing, and I could only get through a couple of words before having to take a breath. So you can look at the efficiency. If I'm efficient, I could probably sing through 2 lines without having to breathe. But anyways, there's almost always like a little space in between the lines, and that's your best place to breathe. So the other thing is we can look at the steadiness of the air, and there are a lot of exercises that you can do to study how you use air. There you might have seen straw exercises. Here, I'll demonstrate. We have straw into some water and go. And that is creating some resistance of the air going through the water that kind of slows down and steadies the breath. And you try to keep the air bubble steady through the line. Not doing puffs of air behind certain notes, especially high notes. You want to learn how to apply the breath steadily. Now those straw exercises are good for a lot of other things too, and that's a longer discussion. But it's a way you can just learn how you're using breath, and if you can think about steadying it across the line, it's going to come out smoother and more coherently.